Hi, we're gonna do 10 minutes of Pilates today with different angles that are going to increase our core strength so that we can prevent lower back pain. Hi, my name is Mariah. Welcome to Wealthy Boss. I teach barre, yoga, Pilates, and meditation. I'd love to have you join me every week with our new workouts, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're new. Now, we don't have any time to waste. I want to get you in and out. We will be working different core muscles in the body. Your core is a lot more than just your abs, so that we can really strengthen our overall musculature and stay balanced and have the best likelihood of preventing low back pain. We'll begin on our forearms. So I'm gonna take my knees under my hips. Leaning down onto my forearms, my hands are all spread apart. So rather than taking them together, I wanna keep them directly in front of my elbows. 1 foot at a time, I'm gonna step back, tucking those toes until I come into that forearm plank. Now right off the bat, of course, our shoulders are getting a little bonus work here too. And then of course, those abdominals are starting to work. We might already feel a little bit of shaking. Setting up the breath here, we're gonna take a deep inhale through the nose, and then exhale, blow it out through the mouth. So then the belly button pull into the spine. Now the next time that we move through that breath cycle, we're gonna inhale, tap the knees down so you get just a touch of recovery. Exhale, lift the knees. I'll do that again, tap and lift. Tap and lift. I'm gonna give you another option to add on here. We tap, lift. Now we head into our saw, so straighten forward towards the front edge of your mat. Come back, hover shoulders above elbows, and tap it down. Lift, again, option to take the head towards the front of the mat. Come back home, it's tap, lift, come back home. I have one more option for you, hover your plank, hover your plank. Lift the right leg, there we go. Now it's knees come down, lift up, come forward. This time as we come back, we lift the left leg. Again, it's down, up, take it forward, and back. Right leg lifts, and down, knees come down. Last thing we'll do here, got it, balance it out. Lift the left leg. Beautiful, go ahead and take those knees down. We're gonna come now into a full plank, so we're coming out all the way onto long arms. Remember, we're getting the most bang for our buck here. It's a short workout, but it's effective. Take those legs straight. Fingers are spread wide to protect the wrists. Right knee comes in towards the elbow, and we extend it at hip height. Keep it at hip height as we tap just outside the mat and back in. If this is too challenging for you, no worries. You can just tap right to the ground and back up if you'd like. Whew, this is not easy. You can take a break anytime you like. Goodness gracious. We're getting those obliques in on the action as well to help stabilize the pelvis. How about one more? Beautiful. Go ahead and tap the knees down for a quick breather before we take it to side 2. Shake it out, we've got this, here we go. Step back, back, opposite knee now. We bring it in, maybe it stays at hip height, and reach it out, woo, and in. Now you have full control, full choice as to how far out you take that leg. Definitely makes a big difference here. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. So good. One more, please. Goodness gracious. And then let's come all the way onto the mat. I'm gonna kind of shimmy myself back here. Make sure you can still see me. Now we extend our arms forward. Big ol' inhale, exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. We come into our swimming, it looks like this. The back of the neck is gonna be long. I know you may need to look at me initially, but then I want that back of the neck coming long. We take opposite arm and leg up, and then switch, switch, switch. We pick up the pace, really pulling the abdominals in, pressing the pubic bone into the mat, so that the work is coming from the mid-back muscles. Getting stronger. Now maybe we incorporate our Pilates double inhale, double exhale. Sounds like this. A few more. You can keep going with that Inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale. Pointing those toes, pulling the abdominals for 4, 3, 2, 1. Press it back into our shell pose. Hips come over heels. Take a breather. Sigh it out through the mouth. A couple more just like that before we move on to our back. Here we go. And roll it up. Let's come onto our backs, please. Moving into frog, which is one of my very favorites. Gets a little inner thigh action going too. We're gonna take the knees so they're wider than hip width distance, but they're not gonna be far forward. So we want to avoid having the knees come into the chest. We want to kind of feel like we can press our hands into the knees and feel like they're just right above the hips. We're gonna broaden out the shoulders and notice how my heels are together, but my toes are apart, forming a little V shape. We want to glue the lumbar spine down into the mat. Inhale, and then exhale, send the legs out at a diagonal. Bring it back home. Good, so it's really important as we send the legs out that we keep the arch of the back down onto the mat. So in other words, we don't want to be lifting, which will compromise the back. We want to pull it in. Good, give me a little squeeze of those legs together. And if this is bugging your back, if you feel like it's a real challenge to keep the small of the back on the ground, you can go a little higher with those legs. That would be the right thing to do. No matter what, I want you to stay at least in the upper half, so we go about 45 degrees, no lower than that, so that we don't cause any injury to the spine. Good, deep inhale. Exhale, let's blow it out. Inhale, open up, squeeze those heels together, and notice how much more you feel it in the inner thighs. Here's 4. Here's 3, 2, and 1. Goodness gracious, hug those knees in for just one moment. Sigh it out. We're feeling better already, aren't we? Good, I'm so proud of you for sticking with me. Legs go up to the sky, toes are pointed. We're gonna squeeze those legs together as though they're one. Take your fingers, your pointer fingers, or even maybe 2 fingers. I want you to find your hip bones. We want to try to keep those hip bones as quiet as possible, meaning we're not rolling side to side. We're really kind of gluing or anchoring them down by drawing in the belly as we form little circles on the ceiling. We're going to inhale, open, exhale, close. Now remember, we're trying to keep these hip points still. So I would rather you have little bitty circles and feel like those hips are just staying in place than have big circles that feel like your hips are moving all over. Good, a few more in this direction. Last one. Go ahead and reverse directions. Good, squeezing those legs together, hugging the abdominals in. Go 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. We have one more thing, but it's actually going to feel really good. We're going to peel the head up, hollowing out the spine. Take your hands behind the low back. I'm sorry, behind the hamstrings. We round the low back, C curve. And then a little momentum. We want to go really rounded here, as though we're massaging each and every space between each and every vertebrae. It should feel nice and good. Trying to go as quiet as possible. Perfect. If you feel like you hear a little slap with the low back, see if you can kind of segment the spine a little bit more. Let's go 2 more. Last one. And we are done. Thank you so much for joining me for this Pilates practice. If you're needing more help with preventing lower back pain or helping kind of heal from the back pain that you've been experiencing, I do have a special ebook I've written just for you, and it's totally free, so I invite you to take advantage of that. It's my Back Bliss ebook. It's 3 yoga and Pilates essentials for loving your low back. So I will link to that in the description below. If this is your first time in a while working on your core strength, I'd love to hear how it was for you, so drop me a comment, and I can't wait to hang out with you next time.